Imagine spending years of your life preparing for a government exam. Sleepless nights, thousands of rupees on coaching, months of sacrifice, only to wake up one morning to news that your exam paper was leaked. This is not a nightmare. For millions of young aspirants, for millions of Indian aspirants, this has become a recurring reality. Every year, exams that are supposed to be fair, transparent, and merit based are compromised. Not once, not occasionally, but so frequently that it raises a terrifying question: why does system keeps failing us? To understand this, we need to understand what a paper leak really is. A paper leak refers to a question paper being illegally disclosed before the examination, giving a handful of candidates an unfair advantage and destroying the aspirations of honest students. Oftentimes, these leaks are organized, involving insider with access to confidential paper, who then distribute it to candidates who are willing to pay large sum for success. On paper, exams conducted by major central bodies like the UPSC, SSC, RRB and IBPS have had no reported paper leaks in the last 2 years, according to a government reply in Parliament, which shows that well-resourced and methodological organization can secure the exam processes. But when we zoom into state-level recruitments and academic exams, we see a completely different picture, one characterized by frequent leaks and cancellations. When we compare central level examination and state level recruitment exams, a clear structural gap seems to emerge. The gap is not about intention, it is about capacity, design, and institutional discipline. Central examination bodies like UPSC, SSC, IBPS, or RRB operates with relatively stable infrastructure, permanent staff, and standardized protocols that have been refined over decades. These institutions conduct examinations on a national scale, but paradoxically, that scale allows for uniformity. Security processes are centralized, printing contracts are limited to vetted presses, and accountability chains are clearer. Any breach becomes a national issue, inviting intense scrutiny. State level examination, on the other hand, function under a fragmented system. Many states conduct recruitment exams simultaneously through different departments, sometimes under newly formed recruitment boards with less experience. Instead of permanent infrastructure, they rely heavily on temporary arrangements, short-term contracts, outsourced logistics, and ad hoc staffing. Each additional layer increases vulnerability. One of the biggest structural weaknesses lies in outsourcing. Printings of question paper, transportation, storage, and even examination management are frequently handed over to private contractors. These contractors may be selected through tender processes that prioritize cost and speed over security expertise. While outsourcing is not inherently flawed, inadequate vetting, weak monitoring, and poor enforcement of confidentiality standards create openings that organized leak networks can exploit. Political pressure also plays a role at state level in ways that are difficult to document but are widely acknowledged. State recruitment exams are often linked to local employment, making them politically sensitive. Delays, cancellation, or strict security protocols can invite public anger, protest, or electoral backlash. In such an environment, administrative officials may face subtle pressure to manage outcomes, accelerate timelines, or overlook procedural warnings. This doesn't always mean direct interference. Sometimes it simply means discouraging scrutiny. Another critical factor is the shortage of trained exam security personnel. Unlike central agencies that maintain specialized teams for exams integrity, many state borders depend on general administrative staff, school teachers, or local officials who are neither trained nor capable to manage high-risk examination environments. For them, exam duty is like another responsibility, not a specific role. When accountability is diffused, responsibility becomes unclear. Finally, timeline matters. State government often announce recruitment drives with ambitious schedules, sometimes to fulfill a political promise or to respond to unemployment pressure. Faster timelines means compressed logistics, rapid printing, hurried transportation, minimal buffer period, and limited auditing. Each shortcut weakens the chain of security. When checks are rushed, verification becomes procedural rather than effective. Taken together, these factors explain why state-level exams are not failing because of isolated dishonesty, but because the systems managing them are structurally overstretched, under-resourced, and vulnerable to manipulation. Without addressing these foundational weaknesses, paper leaks become not an exception, but an almost predictable outcome. Investigations and data analysis have found that between 2019 and 2024, at least 65 paper leak incidents were documented across 19 Indian states, affecting not just recruitment exams but also board and entrance tests. In some cases, exams have been cancelled or delayed by months, forcing aspirants to endure uncertainty and frustration despite years of preparation. These leaks happen with regularity because the pipeline of exam paper leaks is complex, involving multiple points where security can fail. Papers emerge from secure printing presses and transported by contractors, handled by local exam staff, and stored at distribution centers. Any weakness link here can be exploited. Beyond procedural lapses, corruption plays a key role behind the scene. When insiders, whether government staff, printing press workers, or local officials, collide with middlemen, they can bypass basic protocols for personal gain. These insiders might share confidential question papers in exchange for bribes or promise of future favors. This isn't just theoretical. In 2025, a clerk working for the Forest Guard recruitment exams in Rajasthan was arrested by Special Operation Group for allegedly leaking the exam paper to selected candidates through a local intermediary for a bounty of Rs 50,000. In another case, 4 school lecturers were arrested for allegedly paying to obtain the exam paper before a teacher recruitment test in Rajasthan, exposing how even an educator themselves can become a part of this problem. These exams reveal a system in which incentives of corruption are high and the risk of punishment often feels low. Exam paper leaks are not about corruption at printing press or transportation stage. They are about entire systems that create incentives and opportunities for malpractice. Some competitive exams attract intense pressure because a government job in India still represents stability, respect, and if not wealth, at least economic stability. When millions compete for few thousand seats, the value of a leaked paper can be astronomical, providing a financial motive for organized crime networks to trade in these leaks. It's also about technology and distribution. In the modern era, once a leaked paper is in someone's hands, it can be shared instantly across encrypted platforms like WhatsApp and Telegram, making it nearly impossible for authorities to contain the spread before the exam is disrupted. A more systematic view shows that failure to secure exam is not limited to one state or one type of exam. In 2025, the Uttar Pradesh Police Constable recruitment paper and review officer (RO/ARO) exams were linked to a major leak case, leading to the Enforcement Directorate filing cases against 18 individuals under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, attaching assets worth over Rs 1 crore allegedly derived from the leaks. It's not just recruitment exams. Students' protest broke out in Uttarakhand in 2025 when pages of state service exams surfaced online shortly after the test began, igniting demands for cancellation and CBI investigations. Along with these challenges, authorities often warn us against fake leak claims. For example, the National Testing Agency publicly cautioned students that rumors of JEE Main 2026 leaks circulating on social media were scams designed to mislead and exploit anxiety. These highlights another layer of complexity. Not all leaks are legitimate breaches. Some are instances of misinformation that prey on student fear. But legitimate paper leaks still remain a huge concern. When honest students seize the market of fake paper leaks flourishing, it erodes their faith in the fairness of competitive exams. This discourages sincere aspirants, fuels socio-economic inequalities, and ultimately damages the credibility of public institutions designed to offer opportunities based on merit and efforts. Experts have pointed to multiple overlapping causes: corruption, inadequate security protocols, technological vulnerabilities, and social pressure that encourages shortcuts for a stable future. In response, the government has introduced legal frameworks like the Public Examination Act 2024, Prevention of Unfair Means, which list actions such as question paper leaks as serious offenses with potential jail terms and hefty fines. However, even strong laws are effective only if they are implemented properly, and this remains a challenge. Ultimately, paper leaks in India are not technical failures. They are symptoms of deeper system rot, where governance, accountability, and security has not kept pace with the stakes involved. Until the underlying incentives for corruption are removed and a culture of integrity is enforced at every level, the cycle of leaks, cancellations, and lost future will continue. This is all about this video. If you find this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be back with another informative video next week. Till then, stay informed and stay aware. Thank you for watching the video.